Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaste friends. In Vimshottari Dasha, understanding how planetary periods overlap across different Tara systems like the Janma Tara, Kshema Tara, Utpanna Tara, Aadhana Tara, or Atmakaraka based longitude. If you start your Dasha system from, say, Vimshottari, we are talking about Vimshottari Dashas in all these cases. We have done already a video on this. I am revisiting this because we have made some few changes to the Excel file. These overlapping periods can reveal turning points in one's life, as we already saw in our previous video on the same topic. These overlaps often indicate critical transitions, karmic intensifications, or life events echoing across time. So using this Excel, the same Vimshottari transformation years, which we already posted before, we have automated the detection of Mahadasha overlaps across multiple Tara systems, different variants of the Vimshottari Dasha system. So what is the difference between our previous Excel and this is what I am going to illustrate here, because here for each position the Dasha Bhukti sequence is computed precisely using Parashari principles right from the prenatal starting point. So what's powerful in this is the script highlights Mahadasha start dates that fall within 6 months of each other across columns. So if a Mars starts in one sequence and Saturn begins nearby in another, the Excel shows it in red. So this brings out subtle karmic echoes, what the Jataka might face again in a new garb. So why does this matter? Because overlapping Mahadasha across different Tara-based positions often repeat themes: health, relationships, success or loss, like a raga turning in the same avartanam, but with a different sangati. It's not merely data, it's a window into the soul's rhythm. So let me tell you how this Excel works. You give the date of birth input as before in the date of birth DOB input sheet and pull the name of interest year, and then you can use different options here: the Janma, Utpanna, Kshema, Aadhana, user longitude, whatever you want to start the Dasha of the Vimshottari Dasha, and then immediately it casts the Vimshottari sequence for that particular choice. So if I choose Janma here, it immediately outputs the Janma sequence. Normally, if the moon is in a Kendra or Kona, then you prefer the Janma Tara. If it is in 2-6 Kshema Tara, 3-11 Utpanna Tara, 8 and 12 Aadhana Tara, and if moon's Rasi dispositor is Atmakaraka, the Atmakaraka's longitude can be preferred. So I just put user longitude. You can choose the Atmakaraka longitude there. And the days per year is what is the choice here. You can choose 365, 360 because people do use differently. And these are the outputs. So on this chart is also shown here. And as you click this button, so what it does is creates another sheet called Vimshottari. So it takes a while for it to compute, and what it will take you through is to the next sheet where all the Janma, Utpanna, Kshema, Aadhana all together at one glance you can see the Mahadasha systems, and we have already seen these things. So it tells you what are the overlapping periods. Since we have already done it, I just introduced sometimes the overlaps are missed. Here see 47.14, see for age of 54 is an overlap. So age of 54, if you see a 54.84 and there is a 54.14. So if you want to assume that these are overlaps, then you can play with this number and take what you take as to be the overlapping years. So plus or minus of this would be taken as overlap by this. So this is extra, I introduced extra. And in addition, what you come here, you have to click this button and wait for a while. It will populate the entire sequence of the Vimshottari Dasa from the prenatal starting point for all the Janma, Kshema, Utpanna, Aadhana, or Atmakaraka, or whatever usual longitude that you choose. So that is not only erected, it will also finally highlight for you what are the problematic years where there is a overlap of this Mahadashas. So the overlapping Mahadasha starts within plus or minus 6 months is what I have coded inside. If you want to change that, you can change. So this person whom I am showing, in fact, passed away. Even in the previous example, I told you in the last video on the same topic that he passed away in 2021 and he was hardly 54 years old. So in 2021, two of the Dasha systems, there was a Mars entering and a Saturn entering Dasha. So there were major changes in two of the systems and he had to undergo a lot of troubles and he died. And hopefully this overlap periods is the new feature that we have brought in. So we thought we will share this with the public so that you can download the Excel file, make use and see how it plays in your own or your relatives' chats. Thank you very much for your time. Give us feedback. Thank you.